So, I have moved to the United Kingdom. I'm in somewhere in the United Kingdom. I'm in Leicester City. And the transition was, important at the time I moved. And this is just me trying to reach out to all creatives in Nigeria or in Africa or even in Europe. That is important that you don't put yourself just in the position where you are right now. Try as much as possible to experience as much as possible culture and tradition and different way of life of different people before you die or before you are too old to experience it. So the reason why I moved to the United Kingdom, not permanently, I just came in for a few months and I'm back in Nigeria for, to continue my business, of course. And I should add that it's important, it's hard. I should add that it is hard for any creative or anybody at all that is doing well in a particular economy or doing reasonably good in Nigeria to just wake up one day and decide to migrate or move out of the country because you are going to a different place, you're starting from the scratch, you're running advert again, you're trying to be known, you're trying to make money in that land, which relatively might not be easy. But as human, is a challenge that we need to take up and something that we need to do for ourselves. So, back to what I was saying that about traveling and experiencing other people's culture. There is no mechanization of human being. All of us are organic, especially in this new generation of information age. What you see online about a particular country is not necessarily what it is about the country. Because moving to United Kingdom for me, I was expecting some level of racism, but fortunately, I've not really experienced it. It's not as people say. Then when I talk to people, for instance, I was talking to a professor of media about Nigeria and stuff. Then he started talking about kidnapping and all these things. I had to enlighten him and say, this is not the way it is in Nigeria. And I told him the other story of racism here, and that singular reality opened my mind to a lot of other possibilities that you cannot just stay in your circle or in your coven and let every other thing in the world pass you by. You need to travel. You might not relocate completely or migrate completely, but if you have the capacity, this is just a message to everybody in Nigeria, or Africa, or the world. People, there are photographers in Lagos or creatives in Lagos that have not been to Ekiti. There are creatives in Ekiti that have not been to Abuja. There are creatives in Abuja that have not been to Jos. You might not necessarily get to move to the abroad, as they say. You might just travel within. Before I left Nigeria, I've been to 26 states out of the 36 states in Nigeria. I've been to other states in South, Southwest, Southeast, North Central, some other part of the North, but I've not been to the core North. I've been to Kaduna, I've been to Jos. Because of what I do, I want to travel, experience people's culture, eat different foods. I was in Sapele one time and I was offered edible worm. Or is it worm? Edible worm, they call it. I took a bite, different cultures. I've been to Ghana, I've been to Cotonou, I've been to some other part of African countries. But when I had the opportunity to come to the United Kingdom to learn, I jumped at it. And it is important that life is not just about making money, staying at the top of your game. Staying at the top of your local environment every time. You also need to sometimes leave your circle, leave your comfort zone, then travel to another region, another environment where you're not known. Then practice your ability to strive and just a normal capitalism system where you have to strive and become something in a particular environment. And the reality is the experience is beautiful. It has been wonderful. The weather, the people, the culture. I can see that everything in this country is intentional. The road signs are intentional, the walkways are intentional. Not like Nigeria, things are done differently. So because things are done differently in Nigeria, gave us the fire brigade approach to things. So you can't plan in Nigeria because other things will plan for you. But in countries like this, you can plan that so time to so time I will be here. Another time to another time I will be here. And because of that, it's giving me a different perspective. I have different holistic point of view right now that things does not necessarily have to just go baru anyhow it comes and it goes. And that being said, I just want to encourage our creatives out there to travel, mix with people, talk to other people. By so doing, you become more creative. Your mind becomes more open. Now look around you. Why do the Burna Boys, the Kelechi Amadiobis, the artists, the creatives, and the large guys, the big guys in the industry, why do they have to travel abroad? I mean, they're making a lot of money in Nigeria already. Why do they have to travel abroad? For exposure. So when they go abroad, they get those exposures, they bring it back to us. They sell those exposures to us in time of service. By so doing, they get more money. You understand? So that's the message.